decision right here and now. My decision right here and now.
Thank you. Well, it's the end of October, our month of zeal and enthusiasm, and so we're going to look at the light within us. Now, I want to stress that this is very important. Often we talk about light very lightly. But if we go to the very beginning of the Hebrew Scripture, to Genesis 1:3, God said, "Let there be light." The very first creation in our creation story is "let there be light." Now, if that's the first thing that's recorded that God said, do you think it might be important? I think so. And it's valuable to bring this into our consciousness. So from Matthew chapter 5, verse 14, you are the light of the world. It's true. If the first thing created is light, you are the light of the world. I am the light of the world. Let's say that together. I am the light of the world. So what is that lightness of being? Anyone have an experience they want to share about when they're feeling that light?
I feel that way when I'm living aligned with the things I value.
Yes. Anyone else? Yes.
I feel like when I'm around other people, the residents I serve and everything like that, that I can be a light and help them see the world brighter.
That's wonderful. Yes, being of service. Anyone else? There's got to be at least one more.
Well, I was going to say being of service too, so you stole my line, Wes. But I'm at service at this church. Everybody knows that. But I love it when I'm in service outside of this church as well.
Yes. And I saw a hand over here as well. Beautiful.
Thank you. I believe that we are the light of the world when we show kindness towards others.
Yes.
And forgiveness and acceptance, all those positive traits.
Beautiful. It's true. I also find that we are connecting with that light when we do what we do well, whether it's painting or writing music or cooking or celebrating nature or being a mentor or a guide, a prayer partner. There's so many ways in our life that we can experience that light and identify, I am the light of the world. Beautiful. Myrtle Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity, wrote about light in this way: we need to see the light in ourselves and in all others, no matter what the outer appearances may be. The light of God is within every soul, waiting to be recognized and brought into expression. Now, I haven't always been in deep connection with my inner light. I was a troubadour of not being enough. I practiced and polished my ain't it awfuls and my fears and my lack and my doubt And guess what I experienced? Doubt, lack, fear, not enough. Just because what we focus on, we receive. Now, this is the power when we have a judgment about someone else, when we have fear about someone else. What do we experience? Fear and judgment. Bile. So our projections, our fears, our angers, our hostilities towards anyone else is counter to what Myrtle's saying we should be. Let's turn from that dark thought to the light. Celebrating the light within us, we can then share the light with others and see that light in others. Right now, from my perspective, I can see the light in every one of you. Now, that's pretty easy because we're birds of a feather. But if there's someone I disagree with, I can now do the same thing. I can look at them and say, we don't have to agree for me to see that you are a bright light being in the world, expressing. And then I experience more joy. I experience more love. I experience more balance. I experience serenity. So this is how powerful identifying with the light is for us. And if you're not sure how things are going, just look at what you're experiencing right now. If you've got fear, loneliness, shame, guilt, then there's a place that we can lift up, forgive ourselves, accept what it is. It just is. In the human journey, we're going to experience those things and turn to the light. So, the wonderful Paramahansa Yogananda wrote it this. I love this. He says, within you lies the light of 1,000 suns. It is always shining. You need only remove the clouds of delusion to perceive it. I love that. The clouds of delusion. In the Hawaiian tradition, they tell the story that we're each born with a bowl of light, a beautiful a beacon of light. And as we go through life, those hardships, those judgments, those hatreds, those fears are like putting rocks in your bowl. And there's still light coming through it, but the more rocks in the bowl, there's not so much light. The clouds of delusion. And so our life is removing the rocks, removing the clouds, and letting that bright light shine and express through us. It's in many, many traditions. The light is a significant part of every religious and spiritual tradition because it's foundational. And it's hard to talk about if you talk about it lightly. It's very important. God is everywhere present. And if we see that presence as light, think of how many suns there are in the universe. 1,000 suns doesn't even touch it. Billions of suns is exactly what's flowing through us all the time. The light is within us. Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, writes about it this way. He says, the light of Spirit reveals the true character of all things. We are transformed by the renewing of our minds when we acknowledge this light. So it doesn't matter what's going on, doesn't matter what he said and what she said. If we can identify with the light that's always present within us, we can transform our thinking. We can renew it's like rewiring yourself. You know, if you have a dimmer switch on your light, you can make it very, very dim. There's still light, it's just very, very dim. And then incrementally you can raise it up so there's bright light. Now this is the thing. In this world we live in, light and shadow are always linked. Where there's light, there's shadow. So in our human journey, we're going to experience the light and the shadow. It's our nature. Out of the void on earth, God said, let there be light. But he didn't take the void and the darkness away. He added the light. If you're in a cave and there's no light whatsoever, and you light a match, the darkness dissipates. So even a little bit of light. So if we're angry, all it takes is a little crack to allow that light through. And then the darkness melts away. So it's our true character. We're one with that light. And we're transformed when we allow the light to be our focus rather than the judgment, the criticism, the shame, the pain. It really is powerful. And as we heard at the top of this service, the many examples of how we bring light to us. So it might be to take a breath, to be of service, to do what you're called to do. Write a song, paint a painting, sculpt a sculpt, work with dogs, play in the water. It's all ours, and each of us have our own way of connecting with our light. But the light is there. So for our personal exploration, I've got a couple of questions for us this week. When do I feel most radiant and alive? It's good for each of us to answer that for ourselves, because it's not going to be the same for each of us. For Owen, it's a completely different thing than for me. One of the things for me is when I'm in the water, I feel fully alive, like I'm home in the water. Now, if you install a swimming pool up here, I could tell you this service would go on all day long. So it's probably a good time we don't put a swimming pool up here so we can get on with the rest of our day. But identify what makes you feel radiant and alive. It could be with other people. It could be with animals. It could be with nature. It could be with a good book. Identify those things and then experience those. Give yourself the opportunity to feel radiant and alive. The second one is, when do I see the light in someone else? What do you look for? I often look for the eyes. Or I look for the expression of color or style. I also like to look at the way people walk, because everybody walks differently and expresses their lightness in how they walk. How do you see the light in someone else? And then how do I let divine love express through me? Is it making those calls? Is it attending that class? Is it writing those letters? Is it cooking that meal? Is it hugging? Is it spending time alone? Drawing a nice hot bath and soaking? We all have a journey to awaken that light in our lives. And I ask that you join me in amplifying the light that you're experiencing. Take a few more rocks out of your bowl of light and let your light shine. Because the light is within us. Thank you.